pay for them,
right?
And we pay them more than we pay our nurses. You see,
yes.
And I just feel like in a few years,
well, you could always learn another language.
Side of the film. Pardon?
You could always learn another language.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, that's what I mean. That would be much better, wouldn't it? Or we wouldn't be forking out on the NHS for the translators that we're paying the nurses that were.
So when we leave the European Union, when we leave the European Union, we're going to sack all the NHS translators, are we?
No, they're not NHS translators, though, are they? They're self-employed.
Well, I don't know, but we're going to sack them all, are we?
Well, no, we're just gonna have the European citizens to just pay for them like they should do.
Right.
That's it.
Okay.
I don't really get it. Well, why do we have to pay for them if they can't talk our language and can't get through it?
So we're talking about French people, are we, and Spanish people and Romanians? Because what about all the non-EU countries that will just carry on paying for those translators? Will
they have to pay a bill, or
right.
they have health insurance?
No, that's not if they're living and working here.
But then they're paying their taxes, aren't they? So
are the European Union workers.
Well, they won't be once we're out the European Union, will they? Or they will have a visa.
When we leave the European Union people won't have to pay taxes anymore.
No, they will be paying taxes, but they'll have some sort of visa.
Hang on, I just need to clarify that because Ivan's about to put in a bid on a new car. Are you sure that they won't have to pay taxes anymore?
No, they will have to pay taxes.
But you just said they wouldn't.
Some right on the NHS, won't they?
But they pay taxes now.
When people aren't.
But they pay taxes now, Jack, and they have the same rights within the NHS that you're saying they're going to have after we leave.
But we're just paying for all the all I'm saying is we're paying for European Union people.
But they pay tax as well.
That we pay get more money.
They pay taxes. They pay tax as well, and the massive majority of European Union citizens working in this country won't need a translator, Jack, will they?
No, but then we won't be paying for that. That's exactly what we're saying. Like you just came back to a minute ago saying... Well,
so they don't really need translators, but leaving the European Union is a good idea because we won't have to pay the translators we don't need anymore.
If you're working over here and paying taxes, surely you've got some sort of grasp on the language, haven't you?
Well, that's my point, Jack.
Well, exactly. So why have we got to get translators in all the time then to sit next to our nurses?
I'm not aware of that many European language translators working within the health service, but of course, I'm sure there are a few. But should we put, given that this is your main reason for wanting to leave the European Union, you'll understand why. No, I know, which is why and it's not a field of expertise for me. So you need to tell me how many there are now.
I couldn't give you off the top of my head, but
is it in the hundreds, the millions, the thousands?
Well, let's just say I see up to, I don't know, let's say 5 an hour walking the door in one hospital.
But they'll be and they're all translating European languages, are they?
From different languages.
For example, which sort of languages?
80%.
You go on, which sort of languages, Jack?
We've got a lot of Spanish people that come over here.
Spanish translators in the NHS.
Polish. Yeah.
Okay, and that's why we should leave?
No, it's just so we shouldn't be paying the money that we're paying. We're paying them probably close to double what we're paying our nurses.
But they're probably English.
I think it's right when we shouldn't have to use them.
They're probably English.
Have to use them.
They're probably English, who just speak a bit of Spanish.
No, they're not.
Well, how do you know?
It's not. I'm just saying the way it is. That's all it is. I just don't feel. I feel that's a sector that shouldn't really need to be there.
Yes. So
really. You should be there, or if you need that service, you should have to pay for it yourself rather than having the NHS.
And that is when we look back, we'll be sitting there in 15 years in a time, and you will say to me, "You see, Brexit was a brilliant idea. We've got fewer translators in the NHS."
No, we've saved nearly £100 an hour per translator for however many people they translate per day, times however many hospitals there are in the country. The money process goes on, doesn't it?
The most popular languages that we currently pay translators for in the NHS are, you might want to write this down, mate, in case you do phone anyone else on the programme: Bengali, Gujarati, Lithuanian, Nepalese, Punjabi, Polish, Portuguese, Turkish and Urdu.
Okay.
Have a great day.
But that's not European Union, is it?
No, Jack. Oh, crikey.